Dr. Ronnie Jackson, President Trump's physician, is now poised to replace David Shulkin as Veterans Affairs Secretary and head up the VA, a complicated role of a notoriously difficult department with a history of scandal. But here's the thing. One official says part of the reason Jackson got the job is that Mr. Trump likes the way he handles himself on television. Here's Dr. Jackson detailing the president's, quote, great genes.
He has a lot of energy and a lot of stamina. You know, look at his vision. I mean, he's 71 years old, and his bilateral uncorrected vision is 20/30. I mean, he can drive if he wants to without glasses. I mean, he washes his hands frequently. He uses, Purell, and as many hands as he shakes in a day, he'd be a fool not to. It's called genetics. I don't know. It's some people have, just great genes. The president's health is excellent because his overall health is excellent. He has incredible genes, I just assume. I think he will remain fit for duty for the remainder of this term and even for the remainder of another term if he's elected.
Outgoing VA Chief David Shulkin is just the latest in a revolving door of VA secretaries, most serving only a couple of years. Shulkin just 1 year, and many mired in controversy. A lot of veterans are angry this morning, angry about the VA's leadership, the department's scandals, and now Dr. Ronnie Jackson. At stake, the lives and well-being of more than 9 million veterans enrolled in the VA health program. All of this raises the question, does the new VA secretary nominee have the experience to run the VA? Paul Rieckhoff is a veteran. He's the founder and CEO of the nonprofit Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Nice to have you here. So why do you think President Trump picked Ronnie Jackson to head the VA?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And folks are going to have to ask the president that in the next couple of days. I mean, Dr. Jackson is not someone who anyone was expecting. He wasn't on a short list. He wasn't rumored when Trump was first elected.
But here's the thing, Paul. People are saying that Mr. Trump picked Dr. Jackson because he performs well on television.
Well,
he has no manager.
He's going to need to perform well on television if he's the Secretary of the VA. I mean, that's, as you alluded to earlier, I mean, this is a very tough position, and VA's constantly got challenges, and you've got to be forward-facing. You've got to communicate to millions of veterans around the country, and you've also got to shape the national narrative. But how people understand veterans, especially a new generation of veterans, is largely shaped by the VA Secretary. So you've really got to be an evangelist for veterans, in addition to kind of being a crisis manager on a regular basis, where you've got to
that he's a good communicator. What's the drawback? What's the drawback about?
Well, he's got to be more than that. I mean, he's got to run an agency that's $200 billion and has over 300,000 employees. It's sprawling. I mean, millions of people depend on the VA for health care. So it's literally a life or death situation. So you've got to have a deep understanding of the management, of the bureaucracy, of the process of delivering everything from GI Bill to prosthetics. This is the government's second largest bureaucracy. So just because you were a doctor in the military doesn't mean you're going to be well positioned to run something of that magnitude.
Okay, so you're saying that Dr. Jackson, in your mind, doesn't have the right background to be able to handle such a monster.
I'm saying that he's going to have to prove that he does. And that's what the confirmation hearings are going to be all about. And confirmation hearings for Secretary Shulkin were pretty quick and easy. He got a very light confirmation hearing. He went through 100 to nothing. This one's going to have to be rigorous. And the Senate's got to step up and do their job on behalf of the American people and ask this guy tough questions about how he's going to handle things. And where does he stand on privatization? That's the big question right now facing veterans groups and facing the VA. It's kind of a fight for the soul of the VA. So we're going to need to know where Dr. Jackson stands on that, and frankly, where the president stands on that, because he hasn't been clear and consistent.
Are you worried?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should be. I mean, this is the third VA secretary that's resigned or been fired in scandal since I got home from Iraq in 2004. This is a constant merry-go-round of people going in and out of the VA. So I'm worried for the people who work at VA. I'm worried for the patients who depend on VA, and I'm worried that the American public won't pay much attention in 24 hours or so. So yeah, I'm worried, and especially in a time of war. We've got men and women coming home right now from combat overseas.
Okay, we'll keep following the story. Paul Rieckhoff, thank you for your insight.